really unprofessional in the opening here, and you'll just edit all this out.
Yeah. I can go back to the last... Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the last screen.
What do you need? What do you need?
It'll be about a good minute. So.
It's a Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Test. I was scared. First Audacity, now YouTube. All right. You ready to do this?
Yes, I'm always ready.
Okay. You turn the music off. Because I can't hear it. I don't know when it's off.
Oh, it is off. It's only when I'm on that other screen. It makes me feel pretty.
Oh. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Whomst Podcast. I'm your host, George Collins. This is episode 34. First off, I want to say I really apologize for missing last week. Been going through a lot of stuff. I'll probably talk about it in later episodes. It's about my car, but I got really depressed. I want to give y'all 100%. I love y'all, all right? Because I don't want to give a lazy 20-minute rant about nothing with sad me. But anyway, this is episode 34. Like I said, this is a different one. A few episodes ago, I said I was a part of a new network, Lost Dragon Entertainment, and you've probably heard the pilot episode of our movie one, and probably Deadpool 2. I haven't put that one up yet. Now I think about it, I'm lazy.
Get it together, George. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, as you can see in the background.
I mean, I've only missed 2 of my last blogs.
Yeah,
like,
so
come on, man.
You didn't even hear me mess up yet. So, here in the background is actually 2 members of LDE, and this is basically going to be a little rant about E3 because it's E3 week. A bunch of stuff happening, mostly Bethesda. That's the only one that really matter. And the first 2 episodes of Fully Coolly Progressive. So it's gonna be a pilot episode of our anime podcast. So to introduce my guest tonight, Brandon Kennedy.
Howdy. I'm Brandon Kennedy. He said it.
Yeah, you've heard him before about maybe 10 episodes ago. He was like one of my first guests, and new guest on the show, Tracy Wickman. What's up?
Hey.
How you doing? I don't know why I punched my desk. Why I said that.
I mean, it might be Tracy, or it might be an autistic seal like Irving. You never know. You never know.
That and I didn't want to mess up his last name, so I like punched the desk to try to like make it blend in a little bit.
Oh, I hate my last name. Don't worry.
But yeah, this is gonna actually be a pretty fun one. Hopefully I can hear me right because Audacity was giving me crap earlier.
I would just like to start by saying I am so excited about both of these things, and by both of these things I mean Fully Coolly episode 1 and 2, and I've been keeping up with E3, but I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? The whole E3 isn't really that fancy anymore. It's just a bunch of.
It's a bunch of like out of touch CEOs coming on stage acting like, "Hey kids, we're hip too. Like our memes, jokes, fire shit."
Do you like battle royales? Well, shit.
Oh my god. Well, there was like that one thing where it wasn't a battle royale. It was just called Royale.
Yes, I actually tuned into E3. Like I found out it was happening, and so the first thing I tuned into was them talking about Royale. And one of my friends is playing a drinking game of every time somebody says Battle Royale, they take a shot. And I tuned into, so you guys are making a Battle Royale game, but it's not called Battle Royale. It's a new type of Battle Royale game, and what are you calling it? Well, our Battle Royale game is called Royale. And I was like, that guy's drunk. He's dead. Right there in that one sentence. Done. And then,
Jesus Christ. I can't wait till that whole trend just dies, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because my computer is crap and I can't play it, so I can't enjoy it.
I'll say I enjoy the game, but it's going around. What was the last huge fact? The hero shooter, like Overwatch. Overwatch came out and there was like 5 or 6 clones, and none of them survived. But with the Battle Royale thing, all of them are surviving because it's not, it's not a team-based thing. You go in, you kill people. It's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you're really good, maybe you'll get that 15-minute game. But it's fast and quick, and it gives people what they want. It's kind of like a mobile game.
Yeah,
you get in, do something, get out.
The only reason why that came a trend because people miss Quake, and it's just Call of Duty just happened to be famous around the time too. So it's just a good genres. I
would like to say what made Battle Royale games popular was the Minecraft Hunger Games servers, when. Those things used to be huge, and basically all they were Battle Royale with punching people and pickaxes.
I couldn't get into it. I think that's around the time I stopped playing Minecraft, which is something I'm proud to say out loud.
Oh, you're gonna be really upset when I announce our Minecraft podcast.
It's coming. It's coming. I actually I don't know, man. That would have made E3 for me if Microsoft dropped a big, because they bought Minecraft. They dropped a big Minecraft announcement.
They're just like Minecraft battle. It's really only a matter of time. It's not even gonna be E3. You're gonna be sitting at home watching a YouTube video, watching something on TV, and then you're gonna see the Xbox logo just go boom, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck's happening? Oh, what are they announcing? Minecraft Battle Royale." And you know, a bunch of 10-year-olds like, yeah.
Never mind that Minecraft Battle Royale modes actually already exist on modded servers. Just we made this cool thing. It's like, but you didn't, Microsoft. We made it. We created it.
Well, no, it's like Todd Howard with the building system and 4 and all of this, and it's like the system that we innovated. It's like you didn't do anything. You stole it from modders. You didn't even bring them onto the team.
I mean, look, if you look at it like this, ignoring the mods for Minecraft, if they were to release a Minecraft Battle Royale, it'll just be a CD of Fortnite with the graphics stuck on really, really low.
Yeah, basically.
I'm gonna say though, that thing would outsell everything. All of the kids that are on Fortnite right now would be like, I can play it on Minecraft.
Yeah, I will admit, I'm the dumb Minecraft customer. I bought a Minecraft license from Mojang when you know the one you buy once and you have forever. And then they re-released Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch, and it was another $36. I was like, yeah, I like Minecraft. I opened it once, and I haven't played it since. So I was just like, yeah, I want Minecraft on the Switch.
Brandon, you and I will we'll do a little PC Minecraft operation.
Oh,
we'll do something.
You're not alone, Brandon. I bought that license a long time ago.
Don't worry, the license does transfer over into the Windows 10, Xbox, Minecraft, fuck PS.
Who has an Xbox? An Xbox. But shit. E3. Let's talk about the stuff that was really important. What we all came for.
Fallout 76.
No.
Elder
on the Alexa.
Yes. Honestly,
they joked about it, but I kind of want it.
They released it. I would fuck with it.
Yes, it's basically D&D. That's all it is. It's just out loud D&D.
You punch the dragon? Well, how many healing potions do I have? Sure.
You guys, you need to talk to your Echoes and ask her, and I'm not saying her name because mine is right behind me, and she'll be like, "What do you want, Brandon?" But you need to ask her, let's go on a dungeon adventure. She actually does have a dungeon mode built into her. It's not that great, but it is kind of fun to,
from the dungeon master.
Yeah.
So critical.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's so stupid. Like, you can kill somebody, and she's like, you find 27 gold on his corpse. And it's like, okay, I want to pick up his weapon. You can't do that. And I'm like, I want to pick up his... You can't... Like, why can't I pick up his weapon? And it's like, you found 27 gold on his corpse. All right, I want to look for his corpse. It's like, you found... Like, he hit me with a mace. I know he has a mace. The mace sells for 75 gold.
I thought about something from our D&D adventures. I've never tried to pick up anybody's weapon. I know. That's going to be a thing now.
It's like, well, you can't do that. Why? Well, because it wasn't programmed into the game. How was it not programmed into the game? Tracy, it doesn't work like...
My creator, Eric, decided that this game should only take 30 minutes.
Yeah. But the Alexa dungeon mode, it's fun for, 20 minutes to 40 minutes, and then it's just like, all right, Alexa, this is... Stop. That's
a bad word.
Yeah, it's like, this is annoying because you won't let me be it doesn't have the great freedom of D&D, and that's like one of the things that makes D&D good is freedom.
Yeah, but all serious though, Fallout 76 fine. Well, actually is a lot earlier than I thought it would come out though. Like it's coming out in November, and I sold my PS4. So I don't know how to feel about it. How would y'all feel?
I'm ready for it. The big thing for me that I want to know is, will it have not a single player, but like a closed off thing where I can just play with 4 people and not worry about kind of like the Rust dynamic of like, well, I've got to be on every day or everything I own is just going to turn to shit.
No, he said it was. He said you can play by yourself.
Okay.
I don't know what the extent is with the whole like you can find you can shoot nukes and stuff like that. So I don't know.
From the looks of that, it's in most games I don't know exactly how they're going to be running server wipes, because Rust, Arc, stuff like that, after X amount of time, like a week, 2 weeks, some of them do like a month if they really want to fuck shit up, and it'll just wipe the entire server. I think this is going to be their way of like kind of putting it in the power of the players, even though the detonations don't look like very large, and kind of like how it said, it's a way to be like, oh hey, we don't like that guy's compound over there, they're real big, we hate them, let's nuke them out of the planet.
It sounds like remember Fallout 3 and had that big nuke in
Megaton
city? Yeah, Megaton. It sounds like that, so you'd be able to destroy just like one city, but yeah, it's a lot of assholes on the internet, man. So like,
well, I think... Go ahead, sorry.
If you get like what's the name of those the enemies, online enemies in Dark Souls?
Invaders?
Yes, invaders. If they have that, like if you have random people, invaders come in, they happen to have a code, they just destroy all your stuff right away. Then what you gonna do?
Well,
cry?
The way that they're definitely showing this off as is, it definitely looks like a Rust clone. So you're not going to be dealing with invaders as much as, like, if you're playing a solo, just your group type thing, you're not going to ever see anybody. Yeah. But if you're playing from the way that it looks like a setup, which is Rust, then it's going to be the constant state of like, we set up like a compound, and there's going to be guys, across the valley that don't like us too much. But my problem with the nuke thing is it's going to put too much power into the large clans, and I think this is something they kind of oversaw. They were probably like, hey, this is a really cool idea, I think people will like this. But when you're like, say for us, if all 4 of us play on PC, something like that, we're all playing, well, we're going to be outmatched by the group of like teenagers that have like 20, 30 people in their clan, just because they're online like, I'm gonna have anybody in here, and they're gonna be the ones that are going to always have those nukes, so they're always going to be dropping it. And if you try to go to those areas, you're going to be fighting 15, 20 people at a time versus just us 4. Now, if the health systems are good,
hold up, I think it's a limit of about 16.
16 people per server?
Yeah, because I think he made it clear that it wasn't going to be like giant servers solely because it's a post-apocalyptic game, so you're not going to see crowds of people.
I don't know how well it would really work with only 16. I'm interested to see see a lot more come out on it.
Oh, Brandon, you feel so left out over there.
I like Bethesda as a studio. Just Fallout was a franchise that just never caught my attention.
Ah, man, you missing out.
Didn't they announce Elder Scrolls, what, 7?
Six.
Or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
They announced it.
As
By
well.
announced it, it was
A
title
teaser,
card,
yeah.
And
They might as
part
well
of
show.
Skyrim's theme mashed with something new.
They might as well just wrote the name on a sticky note and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
Todd Howard should have gotten it tattooed to him, and he should have come out and been like, and then there's one final announcement. He just rips his jacket off to show his back, and it's just Skyrim 6. Not even the Elder Scrolls, just Skyrim 6.
It's the number 6 on his left butt cheek. It's like, oh my god, what does it mean? Like,
I
we
mean,
know.
that got me a little hyped, but I know it's going to be like Kingdom Hearts. Like, Kingdom Hearts was announced before the PS4, and it is still, like, not even out.
Supposed to release in, like, November of this year, and now it's going to be January of next year. And then we're going to get to January, and they're going to be like, look, November of this year.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced at the same E3 as Destiny and the PS4. Just think on that. Just think on that.
You know what? It's been so long. I was the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan. I'm not even excited about it anymore.
I'm not excited, and I feel like it's going to fail to meet expectations.
That's why I keep telling everybody, like, don't put your hopes on this game. Like, I want you to be happy, but I don't, like,
It's gonna be
you're
Kingdom
setting
Hearts
yourself
2.
up to fail if you, like, go in expecting 10. Yeah.
I'm just gonna watch Jacksepticeye play it. Probably.
I gotta
Or
figure
Game
out,
Bros.
like, I mean, I wanted to get it for the Xbox. That's what I was happy about. It's like, oh my god, they're not holding it to themselves, and now it's back to themselves, and it's like, I don't even have an Xbox. You expect me to buy a PS4?
What happened to the remake for Final Fantasy VII? Did they just give up on it?
Probably.
I didn't hear anything about that.
Wasn't it just? No, I think it came out on Steam. I might be really wrong about that, but I think that's
I
already
think
out.
that's the old one. You know, think about.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
I think they let me, if I remember correctly, they just restarted. Like, I want to say about 6 months ago.
It was a no-show at Square Enix E3, so just no fucking information. They were just, well, probably because it's not anything special to really show off. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, this is what people want to see. Like, if they showed that at E3, we're just gonna be like, oh, cool, a
Dude,
regen
just
game.
have somebody dressed up in a Mickey costume carrying a big ass sword. Wait, what game am I thinking about?
7 is Cloud and Sephiroth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Once I said Mickey, I got Kingdom Hearts in my head again.
I was just
brain exploded.
I was following. I haven't played through. I've only beaten like 2 out of the bajillion Kingdom Hearts
I've
game.
never played a Final Fantasy game.
Or that's what I've been. No, I'm just there with you, George. Yeah, I've only beaten
with you too.
the 2.
I don't like Final Fantasy.
The 2 that I beat were for the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy Color, and they were really good. That's about it.
Look, that's the first game to make me cry. So hey.
I remember the first Final Fantasy I played as a semi-conscious teenager was 10, I think, with Blitzball Man, and
Lord.
yeah, the one character who had a Jamaican accent and nobody else in the entire world had one. I could not beat the intro scenario to that game because I was stupid. And my uncle was just like, this is dumb, and I'm returning this game, and I'm buying you guys Madden. And I was just like, no. And that was the extent of that experience.
The only game I have cried to is the first game I've cried to, not the only. I think I was 14, Gears of War 2, Dom's wife scene. Or it might have been 3. But whenever Dom sees his wife, he's like, Maria! And they're like void out screaming. I was just like, no, his wife, she is dead, no.
Before we get off the topic of Final Fantasy, I just want to say, if you guys remember that X-Men First Class meme with Magneto, of just like, I want to see the real you. No, not that. The real you. Cloud, I prefer the real Cloud, the lightning gender swap in 13.
Oh,
Segway.
Yeah, that's a good segue. Fallout 76 is an open world game. It's open world. We already talked about that. What else did they announce? Oh,
Anthem.
they did. I asked for it. I wanted Professor to show the Switch a little bit of love, and they did in a little bit of way, but they did. They released Fallout Shelter for the Switch for free. So it's not the biggest present, but
I'm just gonna say that the Nintendo Switch conference, I think it failed on every step simply because it did not even tease Animal Crossing. All you had to do is just
Wait, has the Nintendo Switch conference already happened?
Did it already happen? I'm pretty sure it already happened.
Oh, I thought Nintendo's thing was on the 13th. I guess I have to go and Google search that because they're supposed to give us Smash information. What are they doing?
Nintendo Switch E3.
Oh, y'all doing it. This is what happens when we do impromptu shit.
Hey, no, that's what makes it kind of fun. Fortnite is most likely to release on Nintendo Switch.
No, please, no. I don't want to be at like a fucking McDonald's and some kid's just sitting there on a Switch like, oh man, get talk to Brandy.
Today is June 11th. Oh shit! It say Fortnite most likely releasing on Nintendo Switch eShop tomorrow. It's on the 12th. I'll be right back. Let me get my Switch. No, I ain't gonna do that. Fortnite on Switch. Ain't it supposed to be free?
Will it have cross-platform, and then we can play? I can play on the Nintendo Switch servers from PC, and I can feel like I'm good at the game.
I can finally stop hating on Fortnite because I can play it now. Oh my god, that's good news if it's true.
No, a lot of the hate I see for that game, it's like no one. They didn't even put the time into it. They saw the graphics and the memes for it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm too macho for this. My testosterone can't let me play this game.
Too many colors. It's too bright.
I want Call of Duty Light, that PUBG."
See, I didn't even search Fortnite, and it's showing me all Fortnite stuff. So I guess it's true.
Because you read it. You read the word Fortnite.
You thought it, and Google's inside your brain already.
All right. E3's 2018 Nintendo press conference schedule. What time is it on, and how to watch? Lots of Smash Bros. News.
If there's not a single Animal Crossing thing, I don't care.
The show formally kicks off on Tuesday, June 12th, but as in recent years, many big name publishers will host their own press conference in days leading up to the event. Nintendo once again takes the form of a pre-recorded direct style form video presentation, which is scheduled to air 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Pacific time, just before E3 proper begins. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be later today. Yes. Yeah. That's exciting.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And by today, everybody listening to this podcast that comes out on a Wednesday, we mean yesterday.
on June 12th. It's June 12th now. It's actually 1 o'clock in the morning.
I'm gonna stand by what I said earlier because this comes out Wednesday, and I'm gonna pretend nothing happened. Because I had everything out before the part or after the part where I said it failed on every step.
There's a like some pocket universe where I didn't think like, oh yeah, wait, the Nintendo conference hasn't happened, and you just say that and you're right about everything, and we're just like press gods.
Once again, Nintendo will follow its E3 briefing with series Treehouse live streams, which will air each of the 3 days the expo runs. Additionally, Nintendo will host competitive esports tournaments for the Smash Bros. Switch. And
somebody watching said to talk about Nier. I guess Nier Automata.
No,
I have
Nier Automata.
I have not played that game, but Robo waifus are super cute.
I'm gonna go off what Brandon said, and I'm gonna just bump George out the way on this. Robot Butts and Robot Butt Rule 34. The guy who made everything is a huge pervert, and it's a beautiful fucking creation, and as well, it's just an amalgam of like just so many different game styles mashed into one, and you can really see the guy who made it like just put so much love into it and what he cared about. We got something kind of original. It has no fucking railroad. There's like nothing linear. Like, oh, you're gonna keep doing this. You're gonna farm this. No, you're in a bullet hell. Now you're playing Final Fantasy.
Look, I was a pervert. That's the reason why I bought it too, because of anime and robot butts. But still, after like 3 hours of playing the latest game, I was like, okay, is it? I get the point.
I know nothing about the series. I stand by my original statement. Robot waifus are super cute.
My favorite thing about the creator of the game is a bunch of people were coming out like, oh, it's sexist because look at how she's dressed. And he's like, hey, if you played my game, send me screenshots of her butt. Like, this is the perfect answer.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, I'm trying to get back on this so I can read the chat too. Shit. What else? Elder Scrolls Blades coming out on mobile. I already pre-ordered it.
Wait, what is that?
It's basically going back to like the original Elder Scrolls Arena, but like better graphics, and you can play it on your phone now.
Oh.
And they did how he kind of described it and how
So it's not Fallout Shelter Elder Scrolls style.
No. Oh hell no. Oh, it actually looks pretty decent. If you look up Elder Scrolls Blades, the video, you probably have to get used to it because it's walking around with touchscreen controls, but it looks pretty decent. Like there's not too much going on.
I just feel like Bethesda has been so out of touch with the Elder Scrolls community as far as like what they want. Because like we really just really want Skyrim for our toasters. You know, that's the if you can make my Wi-Fi enabled toaster like Skyrim compatible, that's all we want. Just no, but seriously, they
toast to me.
Yeah, they made the MMO when nobody was asking for an Elder Scrolls MMO. They made the Elder Scrolls card game. Nobody was asking for that.
The MMO. It was from the parent company ZeniMax and another company. Bethesda was kind of a part of it and trying to help with more. And then when everything went south, they were just like, we didn't have anything to do with this. Don't blame us.
Yeah, I just mean like the Elder Scrolls franchise in general. It's like it is a Star Wars. You know, you don't have to make a good Elder Scrolls game, but you just have to put the elements in there. You put the space battles of Star Wars, the laser sword fights, and you know somebody making bad decisions, and you're gonna make $1 billion. You know, and that's the thing. Like, just make and they announced it finally, Elder Scrolls 6. Just make that. It doesn't even have to be good, and you'll make $1 bazillion off of it.
Well, the Bethesda way is don't worry, the modders will fix it. Yeah,
exactly. And then it's just like
of laser swords and Star Wars-esque. You didn't say that, but I did. Starfield. Bethesda.
Yeah,
their new IP coming out. The teaser for that.
They literally took that 10-second video from 2001: The Space Odyssey, and then we got a new game. We ain't gonna explain it, but we're just letting you know we got a new game coming out.
I was expecting some talk on it when it was just that small trailer, but I was sitting there like, oh my god, this could be everything I've wanted in a space game my entire life. Like, if I can fly a ship. If I can control my player and like walk around my ship, board other people's ships, and like just be a space pirate, just a complete nuisance to the galaxy. That's all I want. Like, just give me that. And
isn't that what Eve is?
Oh, Eve is fantastic, but Eve is a headache to play. It's so stupidly hard.
Well, Eve is you can only control the ships, and not only that, but it's more of a point and click type game. It's kind of a 3D but not 3D isometric, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I don't really care for the style. Like, it looks like when you see stuff on all the battles and everything, it looks fun. But at the same point, it's like if you can play it casually, but you're never going to do anything. If you play that game, you dedicate all of your game time to Eve. You join a corporation, you make money. There are people who literally make real money, like jobs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eve is.
I tried playing like the first-person shooter. That was compatible with it on PlayStation.
Oh, that was fun.
14.
Yeah, and it was okay. It was decent.
Yeah,
it didn't really go anywhere.
It was kind of like a Unreal Tournament with tanks and jetpacks. I liked it.
I think they were going to try and like expand more on it. I mean, if it was just like a gimmick thing, that's cool. But I think when it didn't give as much of a payover as they thought, with people coming from that game over to Eve, they probably just gave up on doing anything.
Well, one of the
money than anything else, I guess.
one of the things about that expansion that kind of kneecapped it was it went hand in hand with an Eve release. They implemented a planetary system. So Eve has like a bajillion solar systems, and then in the solar systems there's like each solar system has like 8 to 20 planets. And then what 514 is basically mercenaries are going in onto that planet and trying to do specific things there. That is powered by the Eve marketplace of just, all right, people are going and colonizing these planets and dropping like resources, and then the mercenaries secure the resources, and then the games are supposed to work back and forth. The problem with it was the planetary system was really hard to get into, and most of the time, like trying to haul stuff to one of the planets to set it up, you got pirated and people killed you and took all your stuff. I know this because I lost probably about like a good 30 million ISK trying to, get into low sec planetary stuff.
I heard somebody like spent like, I'm just gonna make up the number, but it was ridiculous, about 14,000 real dollars on a ship, and somebody got raided and got it destroyed immediately.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I remember when this battle happened. No, it was not 14,000. It was more on the range of 50,000. And
Still
the
way too
entire
much.
battle, well, I don't believe it was actually real money. Like, it does equate to real money in their currency because, I have no idea how that works. Like, you could pay.
Well, it works just like WoW. They sell Plex, which are like pilots licenses, and gives you a month of game time, and then it's an item that you can put on on what is essentially the auction house and sell it to other players. And so, an ISK has a in-game or real-life value of it takes 300 million ISK to buy 1 month of game time. And that's, and 1 month of game time is $14.99. And so basically the time spent, you can measure how much money's won and lost in like ship battles from how much time is it going to take them to rebuild this, how much game time's going to pass in that, and then how much is that game time worth.
There was a lot of great battles on there where it just kind of came down to like, oh, this guy's building a really expensive ship. All right, let's get three of the sex together or corpse together, and let's go murder him. And then it's like over $180,000 worth of like stuff blown up. You're sitting there like, what? Why? Why?
But as far as like, I don't think this was at E3, but as far as like immersive space sims coming out, this is a tiny genre that interests me. There's a game that's been in development for a while, just for you guys to keep your eyes on, called Star Citizen. That is just, it is huge.
Is it ever going to come out?
No, it's been in development for like 5 years.
And now there's like a pack that you can buy for like $2,500 to have every ship in the game or whatever. And I was just like,
so
like ruin a point.
Beyond,
I don't feel like they're ever going to come out of development because they can keep making money if they don't.
Yeah, it's in early alpha. Like, it hasn't even got to a beta stage yet. And beyond the money, they've funded the game for development. But they have made like $5 million of just like, hey, here's $70 and you can buy this ship and have it for release. And there's a whole market of people buying this stuff and selling it to other people. And the game has not even released yet. It's
like laundering money. That's all it does.
Yeah, and I mean, that's how I feel kind of about E3, of just like, hey, guys, this is coming out eventually sometime. And then GameStop's just like, all right, it's probably coming out in December, you can pre-order. And it's just like, here's my money for literally no reason. Like,
the only thing I'm going to pre-order is, one, if Animal Crossing does get announced, that is instant pre-order. I don't care. But... not even being on the hype train for Fallout 76, I just want that fucking helmet and the map that glows in the fucking dark. Fucking
one other game. They was talking about it in the chat. The Last of Us 2. Yeah, played 1.
I have watched all of 1.
It's a pretty intense game. So
I'm not cool, George. I wish I was.
if you, this is like probably one of the reasons why I ended up buying the PS4 again is for Fallout, of course. Then The Last of Us 2, just mostly because of the story. Just have is it Emma Stone or a girl that just looks like her?
No, it's not Emma Stone. It's like Ellie. It's
Ellen Page.
Yeah, Ellen Page is the girl who played Juno.
Are you sure that's her? No, I want to say no. Ellen Page was Beyond Two Souls.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I might be
I
lying.
think she just happened to look like her.
Yeah, she just looked like her. It's not Ellen Page.
Okay, I was just saying, like, that's who I think of when I think of it. Because Emma Stone was Gwen Stacy from The Amazing Spider-Man. It was literally the only good parts about those movies.
My fault for being racist. Thinking Ellen and Emma is the same person.
It's really Ellen DeGeneres, alright? God.
Yeah.
Guys. Can we stop talking about the things we dislike and start talking about Foley Coley? Because I don't know how long we've been going, but I loved episode 1 and 2.
Enough about E3. That's it. Okay.
I love everything about it so far. It's the part that I love about it is I don't know what the fuck's going on. I like just not knowing what's going on. It's kind of just
Tracy.
Going at its own pace.
Hold on, Tracy.
Yeah.
You don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about if you don't know, if you're not a part of the cool table, Fooly Cooley.
God, I'm cool now.
The anime that came out back in 2000 had a re-release a few weeks ago called Fooly Cooley Progressive.
Oh, I can put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna show you a picture in a few minutes. But yeah, it came out a few weeks ago, and basically we're just gonna review every episode because we're fucking fanboys of Fooly Cooley. So, you can go ahead, Tracy. My fault.
Oh, you're good. Going from the first season, it kind of treated it the same way with a much slower pacing, whereas this one it's just complete nonsense all of the time, every minute, and then it could be that nice end moral of like, hey, loosen up, lighten up, from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. You better be careful. You might get some.
Yeah, and just put that over there before I get sued. So I will talk from the daft perspective of I've committed the cardinal sin. I've not finished Fully Coley season 1, and I just started watching season 2. And yeah, I know. And I am absolutely in love with season 2. I love the animation. I love the music. I love the main character. The jokes they hit so well. It is definitely worth a watch. Are we allowed to spoil it, or are we just like reviewing and discussing?
I don't know. This is coming out Wednesday. You have time. If you're interested in it and you haven't seen it, that's on you.
Hey, if you're watching it right now, it's going to get spoiled a little bit. Maybe not so much a story because I really don't know what's going on, but we're going to talk about stuff that happened in the episode. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Fully Cooley Progressive. I actually wrote down some notes from like the first episode when we first had the idea of doing the podcast.
Yeah.
The first thing I wrote down was the weird fan service on episode 1 with the forehead robot came out of Idami's head and they showed her ass. I was like, oh, that's a middle schooler. Well, I can't enjoy this.
Reviewing episode 1, it starts with her having that amazing like dream fight death sequence of of her becoming that robot thing.
Pretty sure it should have a name somewhere.
It'll have a name. It's gonna come up in like episode 3 or episode 4, and then it'll be their mate again.
But you can go ahead, Brandon.
Oh no, I was just saying that on the first episode because it's going to be important to something I talk about later. But yeah, it's Progressive opens on a powerful scene, man. That opening action sequence, you know, you're in the main character's dream. She's dreaming about her death. Her body's falling apart. It's great.
The eye, the like giant dragon lizard thing. I am so interested to find out about that. Like that alone, I was just like, oh man, am I gonna like? Are we gonna find out about this quickly? Is this gonna be like a last episode thing? It's never gonna be touched again? Because it's fully cool. You don't know. Like there's a ton of stuff from the first season where, the baseball scene where she's like, take the strike, and like the giant meteor robot thing's coming down, and he hits it off, and they never talk about it again. It was never a thing.
So is it too early for me to talk about my predictions? Because I have a couple predictions on that.
I mean, go ahead.
So in episode 2 also opens on a death sequence where she is just imagining her death in like this blissful ecstasy. And you know, she wakes up kind of like the whole time it's happening, you know, it is this wonderful fantasy for her. But then, you know, she wakes up from it as kind of like a nightmare. And then she sees, later in the episode, she sees her friend, you know, getting beat up near to the point of death. And then when they talk about, death a second time, it sends her emotions into overload to the point of, you know, where it starts triggering all the crazy Foley-Coley horns growing out of the head action sequences. And my friend told me, you know, Foley-Coley is a metaphor for, you know, coming of age and growing up. And for just talking to my little sister and just the age that we're in now, suicide and wanting to not exist is kind of huge among the youth. And that just kind of, I guess, not persuasion, obsession with death or infatuation with it is an attractive idea to a teen. And I could see that as like maybe a theme they're trying to push with her just constantly having all these death fantasies and it's scaring her of like what's actually going on with her mind. Because like my little sister will drop jokes of just, you know, like, whoa, you almost got hit by a car. And she's like, well, okay, what's the downside on that, you know? Right? And I was like, oh, holy, whoa, all right, chill out there, little.
My sister was like 9.
No, she's 16.
You know what? Kind of back in with that. I think that's true. I think it's gonna be like because she's like is super into death and she's like super unemotional. I think by the end she's gonna appreciate her life a little bit more and go the opposite route a little bit. Like
also interested about the 2 Haruharukas.
I have a theory about that too.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of answer that a little bit. It's technically the same person.
Yes.
Brandon, you don't know because you didn't watch the first season, but it's the whole theme is the whole coming of age, all this stuff. But Haruhara, the pink hair girl, she basically alien trying to fight, well, not fight somebody, but trying to find the Pirate King or some shit like that.
If you watched Fully Alternative, it gets even more confusing because she's like, I'm a space cop, or it's really.
I think she's a liar. That's the thing.
That is one of the best like storytelling strategies of just giving the audience an unreliable narrator, where it's just like, you know, you can make 5,000 wild claims and the 3 most ridiculous ones of them might be true, but nobody can trust any of them.
Wasn't it okay? But like the Pirate King that she was looking for, like he only pops up every X amount of years. So after the end of the Fully Cooley 1, I guess she I think she absorbed him, and that's what created the second
credit scene. If that's what you're going off of, like it shows, you know, like it shows right. It comes on like right after the ending of season 1, you know, where it shows the giant Phoenix dude come out, and he's all like, she's like, oh my god, it's really him, and then we get left off on that.
Yeah.
But well, we get left off on Naota being like, oh, now things are normal, and I appreciate life, blah blah blah. But when it shows her absorbing him, it splits her into. It might be a thing where like she couldn't fully contain him.
Yeah.
And it broke her, or I'm not really sure. I mean, we're gonna find out. But it also shows him leaving her, and just like sending off into space. Like he's no longer trapped in the weird iron on the city he's just gone. Like he just steps off.
One thing that I definitely did get wrong then, because I know I was told when I was watching the series of you're just supposed to go into it dumb and not try and understand everything. Everything looks like a metaphor and it breaks your brain thinking on it. But when Jinyu, the car driving lady, said to Harua that we're the same person or we're one of the same person, I was thinking that Harua was kind of like was like unhindered wild inhibitions, and that Jinyu like represented like modesty or something, as far as like still going on the teenage narrative of just like you'll never have her, she's born to be wild, and even though that she is like a modest teen or something. But yeah, if she's somebody else, if Jinyu's somebody else created from like a phoenix soul, being it's definitely missed the point with that one.
The personality traits for them to be split, because even in the first season, Haruko is just very off the fucking wall, vulgar, sexual, everything all the time. There is no moment where she's just like, oh, modesty, blah blah blah. Like, I really want to know why this character came into existence.
And the whole second character came in, I think, just before this story in particular. I don't think it came from any like original work, so we won't know why she came into the end of the season.
Yeah, I hope Jinyu's not black, because it's gonna be just so annoying. Just like, I have an evil doppelganger and she's black. It's like, I was like, why?
I want to know what's up with the weird eye tattoo. It's like, to be the modest one, she looks like something out of Dot Hack.
Yeah, that's actually a really fair analysis right there.
I wrote this down and didn't say it in the beginning. Fooly Cooly is basically a Dark Souls of anime, so we have to explain it. You just need to watch it, man. Just keep watching it. Which put my opinion out there. I didn't like these episodes right away. I had to watch them again, and this is the first time I actually watch shows in general for the second time. So I got to appreciate it the second time going, and I got to see like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Yeah. Like at the end of the first episode, you see the people texting Fooly Cooly and stuff like that before Haruko shows her face as a teacher. So I kind of appreciate that a little bit more, instead of just coming in like, I don't think these people took enough drugs to reanimate to reboot the original Fooly Cooly, because the original Fooly Cooly, like if you watch some of the episodes, it gets off the wall, batshit crazy. Like they'll stop and go into like a manga mode and shit like that, because quote unquote they didn't have the budget. So, but I had a lot of fun with the original one. So it's kind of me coming in here being kind of super judgy. So I have to keep watching it.
Yeah. I will also note another cool thing, or not cool thing, a very weird thing, very weird thing, with the classmates in the episode 2. When the yearbook came out, they're all looking at this basically coloring book of these pictures she's drawn. They're like, "The time we burned down the school, yeah, that was so great." And I'm like, what is going on with these kids? It's the same thing in the first episode when she reveals herself, and they're all going crazy. Well, our two main characters are just like not even phased. They're sitting there like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Like, is it mind control or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I'm really interested to see, like, I feel like it's not going to be explained, because there is a lot of stuff in the first season of Fooly Cooly where that wasn't explained. The only thing, if we want to try to make a metaphor out of it, maybe it's they're following the status quo, because, if all of them are saying it's this, if you don't say it's this, then, you're not in.
I could see it as that. Another way that I see it is that, both Hidomi and Hide, am I pronouncing his name right?
I think it's Ide.
Ide, okay. Yeah, Hidomi and Ide are kind of like the only two of their classmates like living outside of like what they should be doing, as far as what you're seeing already from Hidomi she's super emotional and not showing it at all. And then, Ide is, of course, trying to be a man in the time that he's supposed to be a kid. And all the rest of his classmates are, I guess, embracing that, like, childlike wonder and stuff. And they're just not, not normal school children. So I guess it's, like, why they're outside the pack or something, is my guess. But, once again, it's told, you're not supposed to make guesses on this series. But gosh darn it, dang it, I'm going to do it. It's my first time.
I'm also really hoping they're going to expand on when she's first coming through the city and the two classmates came up to her and the guy's like, "Oh, you have Latin blood, don't you? Do you want to be a pro?" And he's like, "A pro what?" And he's like, "We'll have to see," or whatever. I'm just sitting there like, is this kid about to be abducted into porn?
I thought he was gonna bite him, like from the zombie flashback at the start of the thing, the zombie dream.
I thought it was a sexual innuendo too. He's like, "Oh, you're into fisting or some shit." Like, weird.
Oh man, Jay Monta says that he can't bring himself to watch Fully Cooley. What? As somebody who just got into it, it is. You don't have to watch Fully Cooley 1. Watch Fully Cooley Progressive and have no idea what's going on, and it is great. It is just fantastic to sit there and just let it go.
And it's like me and Brandon have talked about earlier today. It's a nice slice of life anime. It's not, you're not really going in expecting super hardcore action as much as you're expecting just like a quick story, like, oh, they're living, this is a living world, blah blah blah. Some stuff happens and then you're out and you get like a nice
except kids getting hit by cars and guitars. Then
it's normal. It happens every day in our world. We're not far off from Google making the robot part real.
So on that though, Easter eggs, I thought they put a Gurren Lagann reference in there when they were at when Harua and Jinyu were having their fight, and they were talking about that they're the same person. Harua had a drill, and Jinyu had a like body robot. And they were like fighting and coming at each other, and I was like, "Is that Gurren Lagann? Because that feels like Gurren Lagann."
It might have been an Easter egg.
Yeah, but they exploded and went into 10,000% crazier battle after that. So.
Oh god, when she was using Ide as a weapon.
Yeah. That's fantastic of just him being like a flail and just how delicately Jinyu was treating Hidomi.
I think there was a lot of contrast shown between the two different characters. At the end though, the very end of the episode, where the two of them were just seeming to be like, whatever, let's watch them laugh. I'm like, okay, so we know episode 3 is gonna come in, she's gonna wake up in bed again. And it's gonna get crazier, but it was very weird to see all of that.
It was kind of weird seeing her turn into that weird like miniature death robot when she knocked Hiroko back, knocked her out in like classic Dragon Ball Z style, but almost knocked her head off, but missed and punched herself back into a normal state.
I think that was intentional. And another Easter egg where it's just like, I don't know with this series because it's too wild or I'm too dumb, but I felt like that was a Kill la Kill reference there because there was a very similar scene in Kill la Kill when
the robot part.
Yeah, where Ryuko loses control of her emotions. And she turns into that Stitch monster, and nobody can stop her until she punches herself and, takes, like, the life fibers out of her brain.
Oh, dude, it's been like 2 years. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it looked similar, like, in animation, and then, an ending style of, like, how she punched herself. And it's like, I don't know what this anime is doing, but I like it.
I'm really excited for this Saturday. I hope they don't do any breaks. I hope we're just treated to all 6 episodes, back to back each Saturday, and I'll be happy. And then we have Alternative coming in November to finish up its rounds. If you haven't seen Fully Cooley Alternative, it is the side piece to Progressive. Progressive is from what everything looks like, Progressive is a true sequel, whereas Alternative is the prequel to season 1 due to the guitar. If you've seen Alternative, check it out. Or if you haven't seen Alternative, check it out. If you have, definitely leave some comments. I really want to hear what everybody's saying about it.
Yeah, I enjoyed Alternative. But just, before we get too far away from it, I feel like the guy from the butterfly meme, every time I'm watching Fully Cool, is like, is this a reference?
Oh my god.
Am I supposed to remember this?
Is this important to the storyline?
Oh, there is no storyline. It's more of like a story fractal.
Actually, that's fair. That's a pretty fair description of it.
Yeah.
Look at you. So off camera earlier, Tracy used the word motif in a sentence in a different context than I've heard it before, and it was top 10, and he just used fractal in a different context than I heard it. Your vocabulary's good, sir. Your vocabulary is real good. I give it a good 8 out of 10.
Jay, plot in anime is what you call titties.
You're damn right.
There's not a lot of plot in this anime.
Yeah, that's what to say. Hidomi's like,
worry,
17.
Episode 3 is bringing the titties. It's a beach episode.
Oh, wait, is it?
Yeah. That's gonna be weird.
Well,
Honestly,
I think
it's gonna be kind
a
of
big
weird
part of
seeing
it,
her.
Fully Cool season 1 made fun of a lot of anime tropes going on at the time. Whereas, and it looks like season 2, I mean, if these are references that you pointed out, it's making fun of those tropes again. And I see this one coming up as it's probably going to be just shitting all over like the beach episode OVAs of a lot of animes that are out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, lots of animes do beach episodes.
Yeah, it's the purest form of fan service. It's like, oh, there's a really
Tracy, you take that back. It's quality additions to the storyline. Okay.
Hey, the first episode of season 3 of My Hero Academia is kind of like a beach episode. Almost.
Well, it was really
they do a
tame
joke about it.
compared to what I thought it was going to be from like the pictures people were posting.
Yeah,
I
how they joke about it. Yeah.
I was so ready. I was just like, yeah, beach episode, and then it didn't. And then it was like the pool episode, and it got right back into the series. I'm like, you know what? I respect that. Cool, thank you.
Hey, is it weird? I really like the pink skin girl.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
The acid power.
I think she's one of the coolest ones on there. Like I know a lot of people. What's the frog girl's name?
Subiyaki? Subia? Subia?
I'm not
What's her
sure.
power?
But, she's a frog.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sue. Let's see.
Sue something, but
Yeah.
most people just call her Sue in the show. A lot of people like that. That's their favorite character, and I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty tame. Like it's very. I mean, she's not too generic in power, but like it's just a very tame character versus girl who spews acid out of her orifices and like pores, and it's just like, yeah, I can just melt anything.
Right. She can never touch her lover, but she got powers.
Yeah. Suyu Isu. I probably butchered the mess out of that name.
Who you looking for?
Frog Girl. I just looked up her name.
Or just about to be like, let me pull out my Weebapedia.
Actually, the girl in pink is named Mino Ashido. No.
I think like that should be a whole podcast itself. Like Southern Alabama people try and pronounce anime names. Well, that Haruka is a really interesting character there. Well, Dale, I'll tell you, Haruka is good, but have you ever seen oh god, I just
have a Discord dedicated to people having a fucking aneurysm over. It's not pronounced that way.
Oh man, I feel like I'm probably just gonna be purposefully mispronouncing all of the names in every episode of the future podcast for the anime one.
I stopped trying. I fuck it.
This way, only true fans who've been here for the first episode, who have watched all the way back to this first episode, and I applaud and thank you, will get it.
It's I like this character because she's a too soon durry. And it's like it's called a tsundere. It's like no, it's a too soon durry.
That's what I said.
I like them tsunami girls.
Tsunami.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I think we hit like I don't know when we started. I lied. I was gonna say I think we hit like an hour and a half, but oh wait, I can see. We are we are at exactly an hour. Was there anything specifically else you wanted to hit on, George?
No, that's it, man. A pretty good episode.
I mean, honestly, this is a good place to stop on them tsunami girls. It's fun for us three.
It's called Toon Tsundere, okay? Dale, you gonna pronounce my anime waifus right if you tell about.
Some dude my jobs.
Well, shit, that was great, though. Oh, okay. If you made it this far, really appreciate it. If you're looking at it live, I really appreciate that. That's what's up. This is the first live episode of the Whomst podcast. Continue following us. We a little bit of everything.
You can find me on it, twitch.tv/HeyHips.
You already see Brandon's stuff right below him.
Yeah, he's branding it hard.
Yeah, I'm so lazy. I need to put your guys' things on here, so I can just have that.
You will.
Yeah, it's all good. What else? Where is the Discord? The Discord will be in the description.
Oh yeah, I can put the Discord up.
Please. Where I'm on pretty much every day. I'm always looking for, talk about the shows, talk about what's going on, and just having fun with anyone who's in. So come find people to play with, come find people to do stuff with, come in and just shit post and talk memes. It's not at all. Hey
yo, Jay, if you're still listening, go ahead and hit the subscribe to Brandon, and we most likely will be live stream from here until we get the official YouTube channel actually fixed up. So, but that's it. Follow me on Instagram at Cousin Broken, and yeah, that's episode 34. Thank you.
Cue the music.
Oh wait, that's on me. Okay. Let's see if I have any music queued up for this. Oh man, you should have told me earlier. We're gonna go back to the disco. There we go.
No. It's great because George can cut it right where I say cut or cue the music and just put out like some nice beats.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
So I can be late. Wait, shit. Yeah, I got 2 days.
All right. You guys enjoy your night. I'm ending.